Has that time passed very quickly? How does that seem to you, that interval?
Yeah, it definitely has gone quickly. I mean, you know, when you race in Australia, come through Formula Ford and that big step obviously to come to the UK and try and learn all those ropes that are very, very difficult at that early stage of your European career, learning all the tracks and learning the teams and how the intensity of the competition is very, very different to obviously to it is that it was at home. Then getting to the pinnacle of sport, obviously, which is Formula One. Then my first contract was for 3 races with Stoddy, and yeah, and you just, it's amazing how the races obviously go by, but you definitely. I realise how lucky I am to compete in every single Grand Prix that I do compete in. I know that I will look back and say, you know, how did you go at that one? You know, be critical of myself and know that I did give my best at each race. So they're not handing them out on cornflakes packets. You've got to work for your seasons to continue to race at this level. And
you build up a resilience, I guess, to this ridiculous situation in Formula One where you are only as good as your car. And we saw Fernando, as I say, 100 Grand Prix at Monza, completely different career, but then he's basically, apart from Minardi, he's been in a championship or a winning car from the start. That's been elusive for you.
Yes, it has. I think you know, my career obviously was a huge opportunity when I did go to Williams and you know, earned my stripes, and I suppose the Jaguar years were very, very solid for me, and there was a chance to go to Renault, there was a chance to go to Toyota, and Williams, you know, you look, some people said, oh, it's Toyota, they're going to be the guys, and you know, if I went there, you know, nothing would have happened. And Williams obviously just lost the BMW relationship, which was absolutely not really foreseen that at all in terms of what we were told. Flavio was pretty keen for me to go to Renault, and that's well documented, obviously, that if I went there, obviously I probably could have had several wins under my belt by now, but you know, that's gone. You know, that's history, and I have, as I said, been quite resilient with dealing with that. It's not easy, I must say, in terms of your motivation and you know, dealing with, you know, I've just been at a factory this week actually and saying, you know, the 9th and 10th, and actually that sort of stuff it does wear thin, you know, and I want to actually be up with guys. You know, there's guys winning races that you sort of course, I've got a huge amount of time for Fernando and some of those guys, but there's some guys that are winning which you think, come on, I can do this.
Best single lap you've driven in those 100 or 99 so far?
Well, you know, qualifying's always special these days, and I think we don't get many shots at it, and especially back in the days when we actually had 1 lap in the whole hour, you know, to do that. So I think probably Monte Carlo. I think there's a few laps around now. I think probably my best lap is probably I think Suzuka. I was 3rd or 4th on the grid in the Jaguar in the greasy conditions at the end, and also the day before also was an intermediate, which gave me that good slot to run the dry conditions. So yeah, great tracks and challenging conditions.
If you had to pick one moment that's been the happiest moment of your career so far, what would that be?
I think the first race was very, very special in terms of getting that the relief of finishing your first Grand Prix, all those unknowns about, you know, getting through that intensity of your first Grand Prix, and of course you know, doing it at home and getting points for Stoddy was special. But the Nürburgring podium was a day for me as a driver. You know, the Melbourne race wasn't that difficult for me, but the Nürburgring race was extremely challenging for a driver, and that was a very, very satisfying, rewarding day for me. So right up there, yeah.
Well, congratulations, Mark. 100 Grand Prix starts here at Spa, and as we were saying earlier, Fernando Alonso reached that milestone at the Italian Grand Prix, and this is what Fernando had to say about starting 100 races, and indeed about our Aussie friend Mark Webber.
Yeah, Mark has been always one of you know, the drivers that I respect most, because you know, I think he's very professional and very good in his job. It's true that you know, it's 100 Grand Prix for me, 100 Grand Prix for him, not in the same teams always. I've been you know, very lucky to be always with a competitive car. He has been a little bit unlucky with some of the teams he has been driving. But you know, he's still very young, and I expect Webber to become you know, our opponent for the championship in the future.